Hello and a very warm welcome to everyone joining me today. It is an absolute pleasure to have you here. Before we embark on this fascinating journey into the natural world, I want to take a moment to send my sincerest well wishes your way. To you, your family, and your friends, wherever you may be, I genuinely hope you are feeling happy, strong, and are in the very best of health. Let's begin by talking about one of the most cheerful and recognizable flowers on the planet, the sunflower, and a secret behavior that is far more incredible than you might have ever imagined. When you think of a sunflower, you probably picture a tall, sturdy stem topped with a massive, bright yellow flower, standing proudly in a field, facing the sky. That image is iconic, but it only tells half the story. What you are picturing is most likely a mature sunflower. A young sunflower, one that is still growing and has not yet fully bloomed, holds a secret. It does something that seems almost magical. From the moment the sun rises in the east to the moment it sets in the west, the young sunflower's flower bud, and its leaves, faithfully follow the path of the sun across the sky. It slowly turns its face from east to west during the day, and then, through the night, it performs a quiet, unseen reset, twisting back to the east so it is ready to greet the sunrise again. This beautiful, deliberate dance is not magic, though it certainly feels like it. It is a real, scientific phenomenon with a name, heliotropism. Helios comes from the Greek word for sun, and tropism means a turning. It is a sun turning. This behavior is one of the most elegant and clever strategies in all of nature, and understanding how and why it happens reveals the astonishing intelligence built into the very fabric of life itself. To truly appreciate this daily ritual, we need to step back and think about what life is like for a plant. Unlike animals, plants are rooted in place. They cannot get up and walk to a sunnier spot if they are feeling cold, or move to find better soil if they are hungry. They are masters of adaptation, forced to respond to their environment with the tools they have right where they are. They have evolved over millions of years to be exquisite sensory beings. Their stems can sense gravity and light, ensuring they grow up out of the soil towards the sky. Their roots can sense gravity and moisture, ensuring they grow down into the soil to find water and anchor the plant. They can sense touch, like the vines of a pea plant that curl around a trellis for support, or the leaves of a Venus flytrap that snap shut on an unsuspecting insect. They can even communicate with each other through chemical signals released into the air and through vast underground networks of fungi. So, the idea that a plant can track the sun is not as far-fetched as it might initially seem. It fits perfectly into this picture of plants as active, responsive organisms, constantly interacting with their world in sophisticated ways. So, how does a sunflower, without muscles, without a brain, and without eyes, manage to perform this precise solar tracking? The mechanism is a brilliant piece of biological engineering driven by growth. It all happens in a special part of the plant stem just below the flower bud, a flexible segment called the pulvinus. Think of this area as the sunflower's motor. During the day, the side of this stem that is in the shade actually grows faster than the side that is in the sun. This uneven growth rate causes the stem to bend gradually towards the light source. It's not a swift movement like an animal turning its head, it's a slow, deliberate, growth-based tilt. But what controls this uneven growth? The answer lies in a powerful plant hormone called auxin. Auxin is like the project manager of plant growth. It tells cells when to elongate and when to divide. When sunlight hits the stem from one direction, auxin gets redistributed. It accumulates on the shaded side of the stem. The high concentration of auxin on that shady side stimulates those cells to elongate, to stretch and grow longer. Because the cells on the shaded side are now longer than the cells on the sunny side, the entire stem bends toward the light. This is the fundamental mechanism behind the sunflower's daily journey. But the story doesn't end there. The sunflower doesn't just bend, it precisely tracks the sun's moving arc across the sky. This requires a constant, subtle adjustment. Scientists believe the plant uses its own internal circadian rhythm, its biological clock, to work in tandem with this light-sensing system. The circadian rhythm is a roughly 24-hour cycle that governs physiological processes in almost all living things, including us humans. It helps the plant anticipate the dawn and fine-tunes its responsiveness to light throughout the day. It's not just blindly reacting to light, it is using a predicted rhythm to optimize its movement. This combination of direct response to light and an internal timing mechanism allows for the smooth, continuous tracking we observe. As the sun moves, the auxin constantly redistributes, the shaded cells keep elongating at just the right pace, and the flower face stays perfectly aligned with its life-giving energy source. Then, as evening approaches and the sun sets in the west, the sunflower's face is pointing westward. But it needs to get back to the east to be ready for the morning sun. This is where the night reset happens. Without the sun as a guide, the plant relies on its internal circadian clock. The process essentially reverses. The motor cells on the now western side of the pulvinus begin to elongate, while the cells on the eastern side might actually contract slightly. This slow, steady movement through the night swings the flower head back to its starting position, facing east. It's a breathtakingly efficient system. The plant uses energy from the sun during the day to power its tracking, and then uses its internal biological clock to power its reset at night, all without a single conscious thought. It is a perfectly programmed, automatic, and vital dance for survival. Now, the biggest question is, why? Why would a plant expend so much precious energy on this constant movement? What is the evolutionary advantage? For a young sunflower that has not yet bloomed, the reasons are incredibly practical and directly tied to its fitness and reproductive success. The first and most crucial reason is growth. Young sunflowers are vegetative powerhouses. They are focused entirely on growing as big and strong as possible before they commit to flowering. By tracking the sun, they are maximizing their leaf exposure to sunlight. Every single leaf is positioned to catch the maximum number of photons from the sun throughout the entire day. More sunlight means more energy through photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process where plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to create sugar and oxygen. Those sugars are the building blocks for everything. They are the fuel for growth and the material for creating new cells. A sunflower that tracks the sun can photosynthesize at a significantly higher rate than a static plant. This supercharged energy capture allows it to grow faster, become larger, and develop a stronger stem. It gains a massive competitive advantage over other plants that might be shading it or competing for resources. The second reason is warmth. Sunflowers are, as their name suggests, sun-loving plants. They thrive in warm conditions. By facing the sun directly throughout the day, the flower head and the leaves absorb more thermal energy, warming the plant up. This elevated temperature is not just comfortable, it creates a more optimal environment for development and growth. Enzymes, which are the proteins that catalyze all the biochemical reactions in the plant, work more efficiently at warmer temperatures. This warmth speeds up metabolic processes, further accelerating growth. Some research also suggests that this warmth might help make the plant less appealing to certain insects or fungi that prefer cooler, damper conditions, providing a slight defensive advantage. For a young plant, every little bit helps in the race to mature and reproduce. This remarkable behavior, however, has a finale. Once the sunflower bud matures and finally bursts open into its full, glorious bloom, the dance slows and then stops. The mature flower typically stops tracking and settles into a permanent, east-facing orientation. This is the classic posture we all know and love. But why would it stop doing something that seems so beneficial? The answer is that the plant's priorities have shifted. It is no longer in the vegetative growth stage. Its new mission is reproduction, to attract pollinators and produce seeds. An east-facing orientation is perfect for this new phase. A flower that faces the east warms up very quickly in the morning sun. This warmth makes it a cozy, attractive destination for cold-blooded pollinators like bees, who are sluggish in the cool morning air. The warm flower provides them with a perfect place to warm up their flight muscles, making the sunflower a popular first stop on a pollinator's daily rounds. This increased pollinator traffic dramatically improves the chances of successful fertilization, leading to more seeds. Furthermore, a large, stationary, brightly colored flag is easier for pollinators to spot and remember from a distance than a moving target. So, by stopping its movement and facing east, the mature sunflower signals its new role, from a solar-powered growth machine to a beacon for reproduction. The story of the sunflower's heliotropism is more than just a cool fact about a familiar flower. It opens a window into the incredible sophistication of the plant world. It shows us that intelligence is not confined to creatures with brains. It exists in the very design of life, in the complex interplay of hormones, growth, light, and time. It is a form of embodied intelligence, where the plant's entire structure is its sensor and its computer. This understanding can also inspire us in our own technological pursuits. The field of biomimicry, where we look to nature for solutions to human problems, can learn a lot from the sunflower. Imagine more efficient solar panels that could track the sun across the sky without complex electronic motors, using instead a material that expands and contracts like the sunflower's stem. This could revolutionize renewable energy collection. Furthermore, for farmers, understanding this deep-seated need for sunlight can inform planting strategies and crop management to maximize yield. Ultimately, the dancing sunflower teaches us a lesson in perseverance, optimization, and grace. It is a testament to the power of slow, consistent effort. Day after day, it does the work, follows the light, and grows stronger because of it. It reminds us that nature is never passive, it is dynamic, responsive, and endlessly clever. The next time you see a field of sunflowers, whether they are young buds diligently tracking the sun or mature flowers standing proudly facing the dawn, you'll know you are witnessing one of nature's most elegant and purposeful ballets. It is a silent, beautiful dance of life, driven by the ancient rhythm of the sun, and it has been playing out in fields across the world for millennia. Thank you for joining me to appreciate this wonder.